Alright guys, so this Saturday, July 29th, we have a pretty solid boxing match between Mikey Garcia and Adrien "the Problem" Broner in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center for the WBO Diamond Light Welterweight Championship. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now Mikey Garcia comes out of Oxnard, California. Currently has a record of 36 wins, 0 losses. 30 of his wins come by knockout. He's a 3-weight world champion. He trains under his brother Robert Garcia, who was a former IBF super featherweight champ back in his day. Mikey Garcia started his career at featherweight. He actually won his first world title at that division. He beat Orlando Salido for the WBO featherweight championship of the world back in 2013. Later on in that year, he lost his belt. He had to relinquish his title for missing weight. He didn't make the 126-pound margin against Juan Manuel Lopez. They still ended up fighting. He dominated him in 4 rounds. Later on in 2013, he moved up to super featherweight to challenge Roman Rocky Martinez for the WBO junior lightweight title. In that fight, Rocky Martinez actually knocked down Mikey Garcia early in the fight. Garcia was able to recover, and the rest of the fight just dominate him, picked him apart with beautiful combinations, and eventually landed a beautiful body shot and TKO'd Roman Martinez in the 8th round. He then defended his junior lightweight title against Juan Carlos Burgos and beat him via unanimous decision. Now, after that fight was when it kind of all went downhill for Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was having issues with his promoters at Top Rank regarding his purses, and they just couldn't reach an agreement, and that actually caused Mikey Garcia to stay out of boxing for 2 whole years. Now, this was back in 2014 when he was having these issues with Top Rank. He made a return in 2016 against Elio Rojas and knocked him out in the 5th round. And then his last fight was back in January against the undefeated WBC lightweight champion Dejan Zlaticanin. It only took Mikey Garcia 3 rounds to knock him out. He landed a beautiful uppercut that wobbled Zlaticanin badly, and then followed up with a beautiful overhand right that just put Zlaticanin to sleep. And after that fight, Mikey Garcia was named the WBC lightweight champion. Now, Mikey Garcia has really good power in his hands. He has fast hands. But the thing that makes Mikey Garcia special is that he's so fundamentally sound. His technique is incredible. He's very patient. He likes to pick his shots. He kind of likes for his opponent to be the aggressor, so that way when you're coming forward, he picks you apart with his on-point counterpunching abilities. Now, he's going up against Adrien Broner, another counterpuncher. Adrien Broner is a 4-weight world champ. He's won the WBO Junior Light Welterweight Championship, the WBC Lightweight Belt, the WBA Welterweight Belt, the WBA Light Welterweight Belt. So he's definitely a decorated boxer. He has a record of 33 wins and 2 losses. 24 of his wins come by knockout. He won his first belt in the super featherweight division by knocking out Vicente Rodriguez. He won the WBC lightweight belt against Antonio DeMarco, who at the time was ranked by Ring Magazine the #1 lightweight in the world. You know, he's beat guys like Emmanuel Taylor, Paulie Malignaggi. So AB is a really talented boxer, but he does have a history of getting into trouble outside of the boxing ring. There was an incident where he was accused of choking out a waitress in a nightclub. There was a few court hearings that he needed to attend, and he didn't attend. I think he was actually arrested on one occasion. But he seems to have gotten his act together. You see a motivated Adrien Broner, someone that's looking to reshape his image in the public eye. Now he's on a 3-fight win streak. You know, he's coming off 2 TKO wins against Khabib Alakverdiev and Ashley Theophane, and his most recent fight against Adrian Granados, he won the fight via split decision. Now that was actually a really close fight, but in the judges' eyes, Adrien Broner did enough to come out with the victory. Now, I wasn't too mad about that decision. I think it could have gone either way, but it was a really tough contest for both fighters and a really good performance by both of them as well. But unlike Mikey Garcia, Adrien Broner does have 2 losses on his record. He's lost to Marcos Maidana and he's lost to Sean Porter. Now, one thing those 2 guys have in common is that Marcos Maidana and Sean Porter are both pressure fighters. As soon as the bell rings, they're in your face. They're throwing a variety of different combinations. They're really just throwing anything that they think can hurt you. They throw their punches with a lot of volume, really wild in terms of their approach in a fight. And if you want to beat Adrien Broner, that's one thing you have to do, is you have to pressure him. His footwork isn't the best, and he kind of panics when he's not able to get his way in a fight. So Marcos Maidana and Sean Porter had really similar smothering game plans and were able to come out victorious against Adrien Broner. Now, this fight with Mikey Garcia is really intriguing because both these guys aren't pressure fighters. Mikey Garcia is also a counterpuncher. He likes to choose his shots, as I said earlier in the video. Adrien Broner likes to do the same as well. Now, they're both very similar in their approach, but their fighting style isn't really the same, where Adrien Broner likes to keep his hands and his shoulders nice and tight. He keeps one glove right on his jawline, and he keeps his other hand down, and he likes to use the shoulder roll tactic on defense. He kind of likes to try to make his opponents miss by bouncing their shots off his shoulder, but he does get hit quite a bit. He doesn't really utilize his footwork. He has fast hands, though. He's a really good counter puncher. You know, he'll take a few hits to the body, maybe 1 or 2 to the face, and then he'll fire back with lightning quick hand combinations. Whereas Mikey Garcia is also a counter puncher as well, but he doesn't just stand right in your face. He has pretty good head movement, keeps his gloves up at all times, defending his face. And he likes for you to be the aggressor because he likes to pick his shots. He's very patient with the decisions and he makes in terms of what strikes he throws. He's very disciplined when it comes to sticking to his game plan and what his trainer set out for him that'll work best for his opponent. Now, he does use his angles very well. He throws punches from a variety of different angles, and he throws them with power. Now, Adrien Broner is naturally bigger than Mikey Garcia. They're both the same height, but Adrien Broner typically fights at 147, as opposed to Mikey Garcia, who fights at 135. So in this fight, I'm going to look for Adrien Broner to kind of use this power and kind of make Mikey Garcia feel that he is the naturally bigger guy. Like I said, it's going to be interesting because they're both counter punchers, so I'm going to be looking to see who's going to be the aggressor in this fight. Now, I do see it being Mikey Garcia. I do see him pushing the pace, pushing forward. I think early on in the fight, Adrien Broner is going to land a few good combinations. He's going to kind of hurt Mikey Garcia. It's going to take Mikey Garcia to adjust because this is a catch weight at 140 pounds. So it is going to take Mikey Garcia some time to adjust to the bigger fighter. But once Mikey Garcia adjusts, he's going to pick Adrien Broner apart. So I don't think Mikey Garcia gets the finish in this fight. I do think it goes the distance. Now, Adrien Broner's defense has to be on point for this fight. We've seen him, as I said, in fights like Adrian Granados. Even against Paulo Malignaggi, he did take some punishment. He kind of has the thought process that he can eat a few punches and then he'll fire back. But you can't do that against Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia's punches are too accurate, and he's way too crisp with his boxing. So because I don't see Adrien Broner really changing much in his approach to the fight, even if he is more motivated for this fight, I just see Adrien Broner maybe getting the best of some of the early rounds. But as the fight goes on, I just think that Mikey Garcia is going to be a bit too fast and a bit too fundamentally sound for Adrien Broner. And I do see him coming away with a unanimous decision victory. Now, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, let me know what other videos you'd like for me to make, and stay tuned for more content. Thanks, guys.